So you may be wondering, why in the world would I buy an Xbox Series X in 2024 when I could just easily build a PC or wait for the next generation of consoles such as the Series Pro or whatever it's going to be called, the next Xbox, the next PlayStation, whatever. Well, it's pretty simple. I used to have an Xbox 360, an Xbox One, and I collected a good amount of games over those years, and I haven't been able to play them because those consoles, I no longer have them or they just broke. So with the Series X, I'll be able to play those games again. And I've never actually used an Xbox Series X before, so I wanted to give it a try. I was able to snag one for just about $300, brand new, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see if anything's changed over the past year since it's released. I think it's been like, what, 3 years, which is crazy. So first time unboxing one, first time using one, so let's just go ahead and get into it. First, a quick look around the box here. You got the Xbox Series X, shown from the top angle. I believe it's the same image that's been used since it was released. And then on the side, you also get an image of a console, which is the Series X and its controller. On the back, you get an image of Starfield. It's Power Your Dreams. I believe that's been the slogan of the Xbox Series X since it was released, with a little bit of info about the bonuses of having an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X. On the side, you also have some quick specs, I guess you could say, if you want to read them. It's just labeling the fact that you have 4K 120, 8K HDR, 1TB SSD, variable refresh rate, and a 4K Blu-ray player built into the Xbox. It also tells you what is included: the console, the controller, an HDMI cable, and it's Wi-Fi capable. So let's go ahead and open this up. So you do get, I don't think they're pull tabs, but let's find out. Oh, they are pull tabs. Can it redeem itself? Okay, there we go. Big presentation coming up ahead. So let's see. Oh yeah. I love when boxes just are so simple. Oh, that's clean. That is clean. Nice and simple. So right up top here, you got your Xbox Series X. This feels, honestly, I thought it was bigger, and it's not as big as I expected it to be. That's actually a pretty nice size, and it's definitely hefty though. It's got a nice weight to it. Let's take a look at what else we get. Just a quick guide about setting your console up. You get your power cable, which I think the Series X and the Series S are the first ones to not include a power brick, because I remember the Xbox One had a power brick. Or I think they might have changed that with like the One S and the Series X or One X or whatever the like last generation of the Xbox One was. But there you go, you got your power cable. And then you also get your, I believe, like I said, it's an HDMI 2.1 cable. Quick start or warranty guide. Wait, hold on. Oh man, yo, that smells good. Oh, I love the smell of something new. That's good. That's good. Then you get your controller, which, by the way, is probably gonna smell really good as well. Oh yeah, that smells fantastic. Brand new, clean. I love it. That smells really good. And by the way, this is pretty much the exact same controller that I'm used to from the Xbox One, which is a good thing, I guess. But I also would have loved to see a change. So, but either way, looks nice. And then you also get your batteries. AA batteries included in the box because, yeah, this does use AA batteries. Now let's take a look real quick at the Series X itself. Okay, so I'm guessing this just lifts up. Oh yeah. This is nice. This is simple, little rectangle. It's no longer a box, but I mean, I guess it never was really a box. But either way, there you have it. It's the Xbox Series X in a nice matte black, simple look. I think it looks overall relatively simple. It's modern looking, I would say, versus the PlayStation that looks more futuristic. So it kind of depends on what kind of look you like and prefer. This could actually just nicely go up here with my monitors and it almost fits beneath it. But I like the way it looks. It's super simple. So again, it really does come down to your personal preference. So on the back, you got your I/O, which looks like here we have, oh, okay, so we got 2 USBs, a Ethernet port, a storage expansion port, an HDMI port, and your power. And on the front, you have a single USB-A. I'm kind of disappointed there. I kind of wish they added USB-C somewhere. USB-C, yeah, that's super surprising. But either way, then you have your eject button there, as well as your power. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, actually, that is the eject button, and then this is your, I think, sync button. Yeah, your sync button for the controllers, and then your power button at the very top. The top fan, it's got that green kind of accent to it towards the bottom, so it kind of gives like a glowy look to it, I guess, when the fan spins potentially. And then also a little bit of a hole here, not sure what it's for, maybe again for airflow. Same thing down here. And then same thing down here, more airflow. And I like that the stand already comes just pre-installed and ready to go. And that's basically it. So let's go ahead and turn this on and see what the setup is like. All right, so we got her set up already. We plugged everything in from the back, which was pretty simple. Power, HDMI, and then I also plugged in an external hard drive that I had from the Xbox One. So I think a majority of my games are already installed on this hard drive, so I should just be able to play them off of this, which will be nice, and don't have to, install them straight on the Xbox Series X. So that should help with storage. So all I gotta do now is just turn this beauty on. All right, this is the first boot up. Does it have a sound? Oh, she does. It is just like the classic Xbox. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's turn the TV on and take a look at the setup. So it looks like the Xbox can be set up via the app, which I did download and I signed in. And one of the first options is asking you if you want to set up a console. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it up, and I'm just gonna link it up, given the code that I have there. All right, looks like it connected. And literally the process is all being done on the app here. This actually might be a lot easier instead of having to use the controller to type everything in, which can be a bit annoying. Hey, yo. All right, we are set up. Yo, actually that was pretty quick though. That took, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes to get everything set up. Okay, oh, look at that. Yeah, so all my games here are pretty much installed and ready to go, that I have installed right onto that hard drive that I use for the Xbox One. So as soon as you get on the Xbox, you do have, I guess, some like information about, I don't know what's going on with, I guess, top things that are happening on the Xbox world. So it's just a flood of information in my opinion. It kind of looks a bit messy still. I remember this being the same thing on the Xbox One, and it just feels a little bit messy. But at the very top, once you get to the very top, you got your My Games and Apps where you can access all your games. Then you can go over to the store and buy games essentially from the Microsoft Store. And then they have a whole section for Game Pass. So this is something that should definitely be utilized if you have an Xbox. You can search and then you can go to your settings. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a couple of games and I'll give you guys my first raw impressions after a few hours. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours since I've been using the Xbox Series X, and honestly, it's been a really good experience. It's been a fun and just traditional gaming experience. I'm not gonna say that it's blowing me out of the water because it's coming from a PS5. It's very similar to that. It feels the exact same when it comes to performance, speed, the fluidity of the software and of the games. I think both all perform really well. So compared to the PS5, I think from an average consumer's perspective, from an average gamer, not someone who is a hardcore gamer and looks at all the different specs and numbers and tries to get the best performance out of the device, isn't going to notice a difference. I personally did not notice a difference. I love the backwards compatibility. That's the main reason I bought the Series X and why I'm going to keep it going forward, and why I definitely think it's worth it if you at one point in your life had an Xbox 360, an Xbox One, and you had either a large digital catalog or a physical catalog of a ton of games just hidden somewhere in your garage, in your attic, and you just haven't been able to play them because you don't have an Xbox anymore. Get a Series X. It'll be perfect for it. Games will not be fully optimized for like the 120 hertz 4K. There will be some upscaling, which is what makes the game look a little bit nicer. So overall, the experience has been good. I've been playing Xbox 360 games, Xbox One games, and just one or two Xbox Series X/S optimized games. One thing I did notice though is that For some Xbox 360 games, you do have to download like an update/upgrade for the game, which can take a couple 10-15 minutes depending on the speed of your internet. So that's just something to keep in mind. And also you can play those games directly from an external hard drive. Same thing with the Xbox One games. You don't have to install them into the internal hard drive. You can install them into the external hard drive. The only games that need to be installed on the internal hard drive, on the internal SSD, is any Xbox Series X/X upgraded and compatible game. But otherwise, all I'm going to say is from the performance of the games is that they looked great. They performed well, like I said already multiple times, and for an average person, I think you'll be more than satisfied. The controller itself is pretty familiar compared to the Xbox One series of consoles, so if you've owned an Xbox One at any point, you will be right at home with the specific controller. The vibrations, the haptic feedback, all feels relatively similar as well. I will say the PS5 controller, I think, feels a little bit nicer in the hand, and also the vibration is a little bit better. The triggers, the way they have that little haptic feedback when you're pressing down on a certain game, it feels a bit nicer. But I still think the Xbox One controller is classic, is timeless, and it just works really well, so there's no need to really change much of it because it just worked so well before. The console itself has been running pretty quietly overall. I have been downloading a ton of games and updating a ton of games as well over the last couple of hours, and it hasn't made much of a noise. It has been making the room a little bit warm though, because of the fan over top. It's releasing a good amount of heat from there, so it is making the room feel a little bit warm. But that's where I'm gonna cut it. That's gonna be my end of my unboxing and my quick review of the Xbox Series X. I still think, like I said, is a really good buy, especially if you get it on a good sale. And I've seen these consoles, like I said, at very low prices nowadays, especially around the holidays, and maybe going into the next year, potentially the next version of the Xbox Series X coming out soon. These might drop in price even more. So I would definitely snatch one up if you're just a casual gamer who doesn't care about the latest specs and performance, just wants something to play with and have fun. Definitely get this, plus Xbox Game Pass, and you'll be living for quite a while. So with that being said, hopefully this was helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.